Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Deepika Lingdor bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. The satisfaction of the Salesian provincials who participated in the mid-sexennial verification meeting from 19 to 28 October with the Rector Major Father Angel Fernandez Artime and his Vicar Father Stefano Martoglio on the Salesian places par excellence is general. On the final day of last Thursday, gathered at Voldoco, the provincials presented their impressions of the experience lived, accepted and the last suggestions of Father Angel Fernandez Artime and Father Martoglio, and shared a moment of Salesian spirituality and fraternity by concelebrating the Eucharist in the Church of San Francisco de Sales. In a short time, just 10 days, the 12 superiors present coming from Europe, Asia, Africa and America, however, had many opportunities to see together with the Rector Major the journey made so far and the degree of adherence to the guidelines and perspectives indicated by the congregation illustrate to Father Angel Fernandez Artime the challenges and local realities with which their mission is confronted daily and recharge in Salesian spirituality, deepening the charism in the places where everything was born. In the days from 23rd to 27 October, the meeting of the Regional Commission for Formation CRF of Mediterranean region was held in Turin, Voldoco. This meeting, convened by the Sector for Formation of the congregation, was attended by the General Councillor for Formation, Father Ivo Coelho, connected by Israel, Father Francisco Santos Montero of the same dicastery, and Father Juan Jose Bartolemo, Regional Coordinator for Formation, and the members of the CRF. The intense work of the Commission was divided into two moments. The first was dedicated to the analysis and reflection by the training sector on the situation of training in the region. The second part, on the other hand, saw the Commission engaged in updating the CRF regulation and in making proposal for the concrete implementation of the Regional Training Project 2020 to 2026. The St. Thomas of Canterbury Province of Great Britain GBR held a seminar on Salesian personal pastoral accompaniment held by the General Councillor for Youth Ministry, Father Miguel Angel Garcia Morsuende. For 4 days, from 25th to 28 October 2021, Salesians, Salesian cooperators and lay people gathered to participate in the online sessions. The objectives were to strengthen the need and urgency for Salesian pastoral care, to assume the pedagogical instrument of personal accompaniment, promote a better understanding of the theme from a Salesian perspective, and acquire those skills that make it possible to offer human and spiritual help to young people. Sunday, October 24th, 2021 in Turin, Voldoco. The 31st Marian Day of the Association of Mary Health of Christians ADMA took place on the theme Growing in Communion, addressed to members, aspirants and all adults and families who follow the path of ADMA. The meeting, dedicated to deepening the Marian dimension in the associative journey, to sharing graces and renewing entrustment to Mary, was attended by about 170 members of the ADMA Primaria of Turin and other places in Italy. After a welcome greeting of the Superior of the Province Mary Health of Christians ICP of the Salesians, Father Leonardo Mancini, and of the Vicar of Province of Mary Health of Christians IPI of the Daughters of Mary Health of Christians, Sister Maria Torre, the participants listened to the intervention of Father Roberto Carelli, Professor of Theological Anthropology at the Faculty of Theology of the UPS of Turin Crocetta and the spiritual animator of the ADMA Primary of Turin, entitled The Family, Our Family, My Family. From 22nd to 24th October, at the Salesian Institute San Marco in Venice, the National Assembly of the Salesian Youth Movement SYM Italy took place, a space for reflection, comparison and commitment. The assembly was attended by a dozen representatives from each MGS territory, the presidents of the TGS and CGS associations and some representatives of the Salesian Cooperators Association. The main theme was effective and sexual education with a path that embraced all facets. The method used was a synodal one, articulated in the phases recognizing, interpreting and choosing, with a central role occupied by the presence of Lord Jesus during a moment of adoration that followed the provocation of Father Andrea Bozzolo, who stimulated reflection on the theme in the light of the Gospel and the Salesian charism. At the end of 3 days in Venice, some concrete steps were proposed to be implemented in local and territorial realities. The organization of the World Youth Day that will take place in Lisbon in 2023 has brought to Spain the symbols of the Youth Cross and the icon of Our Lady Salus Populi Romani so that they can be taken on pilgrimage. The symbols have had a special welcome by the young people of the different Salesian presences since their arrival in September in the parish of Mary Help of Christians of Fuentes de Honoro in the Diocese of Ciudad Rodrigo. Of particular importance was the reception in the Salesian presence Trinidad of Seville, where Father Jordi Lexia, delegate for Youth Ministry of the Province Spain, Mary Help of Christians SMX, presided over the Eucharist, and a great participation of young people was also in Huesca, Monzo and Malaga. In other Spanish Salesian presences, replicas of the cross and icon were welcomed as in Madrid at the houses of Atocha, Pesio or Estecro, or in Granada, among others. While in Ciudad Real, the local Salesian family accompanied the YWD cross in the celebration of welcome in the cathedral of the city. October 29th was the last day of the pilgrimage of the YWD symbols before their return to Portugal. The Salesians understand the oratory as an environment rather than a physical place. It is a space that educates to life, a parish that evangelizes, a courtyard where to meet as friends, and a place of encounter with the Lord in the prayer that is born of daily life. The Salesian oratory in the mission of St. Lawrence in Peru was born at the beginning of a new millennium and now already 20 years of history and shared life. The date of birth of Salesian oratory of San Lorenzo can be considered March 1st, 2001. It was 4 p.m. when a small group of children was invited to play a game on the multi-purpose field near the parish church. There were Salesian games, sports, a small prayer, and a few words of greeting. The province of Mary Help of Christian proposes a commentary on the gospel of each day thanks to Inner Time. This initiative, which was born 20 years ago as an aid for teachers by the hand of Jose J. Gomes Palacio, has an added value for its contribution of data, not only on spiritual but also historical, archaeological, socio-cultural, that are the context of each passage of the Gospel. Don Bosco already had the intuition to place the biblical text in its historical, geographical, socio-cultural context. His main source of formation was the text of Flavius Josephus, a contemporary historian of Jesus of Nazareth. In this way, Don Bosco managed to get many priests to come to listen to the comments that he had prepared for his young people. The daily reflection on the Gospel passage concludes with several lines of reflection addressed to Christian educators. It tries to deepen in those elements of the Gospel that the Christian educator must take into account for his personal life and for his educational mission, indicates the author, Jose J. Gomes Palacio. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.